team at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media wants to take the time to thank our sponsors, Bryant Family Medicine and Heather Martinez Realtor. We also want to thank our support staff, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Messer, Larry Spicer, Addison Sloan, John North, Shane Shackelford, and last but not least, Keisha Ambergy. With the support of our fine sponsors, our dedicated staff, and you, the members, we are all working on one goal, the promotion of student athletes. With this team, we can't miss.
Hi, I'm Heather Martinez, active community member and your realtor. Give me a call or text 606-344-0217, or you can reach me by email, heather.martinezrealtor@gmail.com.
Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media presents Around the Region, the sports talk show. I'm your host, Mark Gregory, alongside Ryan Garnett, and also along with Edward Hall, which we know the drill by now. He gets that stage fright and he goes into hiding. But once he says, I have courage, he comes on magically. He's there. But so when he builds his courage up, he'll be on the show. But till then, Ryan, how's it going?
Doing pretty good. On spring break this week. I'm getting my seasons messed up again. On spring break this week, so I've been looking forward to it.
So you're on spring break this week, right?
Yes.
So I'm on my last day of spring break, and I'm about ready to cry and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I gotta go back to work tomorrow. And yes, I'm telling you one thing, Ryan, spring break goes by way, way, way too fast.
Fall break on the other hand drags by.
Well, I like any kind of break, but that's me. But I don't like work. But while we got a minute, let's go ahead and of course, we got some great sponsors, and we always talk about them every week. Bright Family Medicine, and even in springtime, allergies kick in and stuff like that. If you're feeling under the weather, they're the people to go to. And of course, Heather Martinez. Oh, you still got the cough drops going on. And Heather Martinez, realtors, her and the crew she's with over there. I cannot say enough about them. And if you're in the market for buying and selling, she's definitely the hookup. You need to go to her page. She's got on her page a little one of them. What is that, scan code deals? You're all high tech, right?
One of the QR codes. I'm seeing if I can find it.
Yeah, the QR code and yeah, right there. You go to her logo there and hit her QR code, and it takes you right to her page. Some of the deals she's got to offer. She's a pleasant young woman. Cannot say enough good about her. But that being said, let's also give a bit give a shout out to the photographers. If it wasn't for them, you and Edward, you just could put together them little good graphics that you just put together. But shout out to Keisha Ambergy, Jonah Deaton, John Dickinson, Scott Powell, Dennis Mills, Tanner Hoskins, Mater's Memories, Chrissy Brassfield, Bob Cornett, Erica Felty Marler, Chassie Sailor, Shanda Whitehead, Scott Bunch, Daryl Lovett, Carrie Mattingly, Paul Coots, Miranda Brock, Savannah Philpott, Valerie Rutherford, Ryan Garnett, Edward Hall, who else am I missing? Allison Messer.
The Wildflower Flames Photography, Scott Warren, all of the ones out in Western Kentucky, and all of the ones out in all of the rest of the 16 regions.
Well, if Edward was on, I'm sure he would probably fill in a couple of them blanks too for us. But you know how Edward is. He suffers stage fright. He'll be on soon, folks. He was playing around a little bit. I figured their background would be like pumpkins or something back there. But shout out to him too about the work that he does. He's also what he's doing, folks. He's putting this show on other pages for us, so then we can broadcast it a little bit more outside the box, on their YouTube and I don't know. Edward and Rod, they're high tech. I'm like low tech.
Yeah, I've already put it on Twitter and everything. He puts it on all of the Facebook pages.
So that just expands the show for us a little bit. Got a good show tonight, Rod, and Griffin Lowe and the Virginia commit played at Somerset last year, and I cannot wait to get to talk to him. And we also got a trio from Williamsburg: Brenna Hicks, McKinley Brown, and Avery Brewer. And I believe we had them young ladies on last year. And it's a group, a group. I'm not going to say kids because they might get me for calling that. I'm going to say young females, a group of young females that we watched and covered last year, and they sort of like these girls, they get at it, and love the coaches there at Williamsburg, and cannot say enough about all of them, and they got a really good support staff. And I watched Williamsburg baseball yesterday, right? They got a big win against Jellicoe. They look real good too. They're on the right path also. So Williamsburg baseball and softball both going in the right direction. But I can't wait to get them on, and we'll have some laughs with them for sure. But yeah, we're waiting for Edward. Of course, we all know it's Easter, and we all know the true meaning of Easter, but we also know Easter is like for time of family and Easter egg hunting and barbecuing. So of course, I don't know what Edward's doing. Edward's probably, I don't know, he's probably took a nap somewhere. Got our first comment on here. Let's see what we got here. It's like Jennifer said hi. Well, hi back, and thank you for listening. Looks like she's listening from her YouTube. And but hi back to her, and I hope she enjoys the show. But I went over Edwards today, and I'm telling you one thing, right? And I give Edward a hard time on here, but the guy can cook. Okay, he can cook. The little chicken on the stick stuff that he put together, and he did a salmon. He did salmon, and I'm a salmon eater, folks. But with all the stuff they put on top of it, and just made a good salmon into like a better salmon, you know. So I like gouge that stuff down with hamburgers, hot dogs, salmon, chicken on the stick. It was just all out eating there today. So
Maybe I should have came over after church to Middlesbrough.
well, I tell you, he can cook. You get him on the grill, and the game pace comes on to Edward, and he can slop it together. Oh, and also the Polish sausage he put on the grill. Yep. So yeah,
And the beef on a stick.
and the beef on the stick. Forgot the beef on the stick. But yeah, he can put it together.
That sounds good too.
But had a real nice day over there at his house. My little nieces and my nephew over there. And I'm telling you one thing, I gotta give his kids prop. They didn't mess around out there. Them eggs was caught like within like 2.3 seconds. They got her done. They didn't mess around. I'm like they went after 'em, closed my eyes, or they'd already got them. I mean, it went that quickly. I mean, they and I'm telling you, and they was even nice enough to give me some candy. So I might be up for
We
3 days.
we hit about 300 of them too.
And yes, he's right. We threw so many eggs out, I was cramping afterwards. But Edward brought today, and a big shout out to Edward on that. And he knows I love him, and I love the family. And but yeah, we he takes care of us when we go over there. And I I tell you, once I got done, I just did not want to get back up at all. I was like, let's go, honey. Let's go put the eggs up. Like, give me a chance to relax. But are we ready for our first guest here? Because he is already on, and we'll go ahead and bring him on. And hopefully, Griffin, hopefully I pronounced this right. Is it Griffin Lowe? Am I right about that?
Lloyd. It's Griffin Lloyd.
Okay, Griffin Lloyd. Okay.
Yes,
But
sir.
thank you for coming on. And um, you know, actually, I will tell you the truth, Griffin. Um, we're doing these shows. A lot of times we're not familiar for everybody across the state and stuff like that. So I would just like best players in the state of Kentucky, and your name popped up on some of the rankings on that. And but like AI still had you in Kentucky, but I know you was at Somerset last year, and you're in Florida now. So I guess first off, I want to thank you for coming on and giving us your time. But
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
uh, just uh, just talk a little bit about how this year's going for you, and maybe what you did to improve your game from last year.
Yes, sir. It's definitely been a big change coming from Kentucky to moving down to Florida. The season starts about a month earlier,
Wow, I didn't
and
know that.
yeah, we play about half as many games too. It seems like it'd be the other way around. If it started early, you'd play more games, but so I think the biggest adjustment has been getting used to the timing of it all, because back in Kentucky, season just started a few weeks ago, but we're about almost done with our regular season. We got two more games coming up and then we go into postseason. So, but I think on the pitching side of things, what I've done to improve my game is, just polish what I've already been working on. I mean, there's never there's never something you can't work on, but it's good to just stick with what you do and polish what you can and just get better every little way, every day. So
Uh, um, I know about your commitment. Is baseball your only sport that you play at this point, or had there been other sports during your high school career you played?
yes, sir. Baseball is all I've been doing. I used to play basketball when I was little, but I wasn't too good at it, so I stuck with baseball. Decided to stick with what I was good at.
Um, Tell us a little bit about your school down there. I mean, I'm not, of course, I'm not familiar with any of that area down there. Just maybe the different, maybe what might be a little bit different from the school you're going to now compared to going to Somerset. Are there any differences in that, or?
Yeah, so I go to South Walton High School right now, which we're kind of in the middle of Destin and Panama City. I know a lot of people from Kentucky know where that is,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and we've been ranked as high as fourth in the country. So we got a really good team this
Wow,
year.
I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I think the biggest difference is just the caliber of talent that's around here. In Somerset, there's a lot of good players, a lot of good talent, but here it's just in Florida, it's just a different ball game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent around here, and they get to, work hard all year round. So we face some pretty good teams and some pretty good competition.
So at your school, I know at Somerset you probably took trips maybe to like maybe Gatlinburg, Florida, stuff like that. But does your school like travel nationally? And play schools across the country. Or are you more of a regional school?
Yes, sir. So we do travel a little bit. We went to Hoover, Alabama, which is like right next to Birmingham, and we
Yeah.
played in a perfect game tournament, which we actually won. So we
Ooh.
do get to travel a little bit, but mainly we're around here. So
Okay. Well, I've got 1,000 questions. Ryan, Ryan or Edward, the floor is yours.
But talking about coming from Somerset, how did the amount of like the schedule and type that you played down in Somerset, how did it transfer to playing down in Florida?
you talking about the scheduling of it all?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
like the scheduling, like the caliber of teams that you played last year to do kind of to this year.
yes, sir. Well, at Somerset we played. I mean, we played the best teams that were in Kentucky, but here, we're playing teams from across the country. Down in that tournament that I was talking about in Hoover, I ended up pitching against this team called the Bennett School, which they're a private school in outside of Houston, Texas, and they had 16 D1 commits and I think 20 something total commits. So we played some pretty good talent. That's the best team I've pitched against, but we played against some other really good teams. We played against IMG, which has been ranked up to number one in the country, and we played Trinity Christian and Bishop Snyder, which are two top 10 teams in the country as well.
And I know,
Is it me, Griffin, or but is IMG like good at everything? It seems like they see them number one everything. I
Yeah,
mean,
they are. They are. They get all the best talent to just come on down there and play for them. They've got it figured out, I believe.
yeah, they do.
And this is my favorite question that I ask. I know kind of in the Florida area, there's a lot of food. Uh, but what's been your favorite type of food that you like down there compared to here in Kentucky?
Well, I mean, obviously the seafood's probably my favorite type of food, but we have a restaurant. It's called South of Philly. It's a guy from around here who comes to all our games, and he runs a restaurant down here. They got like burgers and Philly cheesesteaks and fish tacos and all that, and everything's good. If you guys get a chance to come down here, you ought to try it.
Have you ever told any of your teammates about grippos and pickled bologna? And they're like, "What is that?"
Yeah, they don't know much about it. See, some of the boys that are on my team, some of them they come from places like I do, so they get it a little bit. But some of them ain't never heard of stuff like that.
But
I overlooked the screaming kids that's running around, but
I don't mind. We got dogs barking too, so there's plenty of noise. Don't worry.
so I got to ask you. I know in Kentucky we still have some grass fields and we got some turf fields. So on the fields that you've played at in Florida, are they all turf now, or do you still have like a mixture up there?
There's still a mixture. I would have probably like said the same thing that I would have thought there had been a lot more turf, but I mean there's still a mixture. We've played on some good fields, but we've also played on some really bad fields. So it's just depending on the high schools and how they take care of it.
So your personal preference, which one do you prefer to play on, grass or turf?
Well, that's a tricky question. If I'm just looking at, the average field, like the average dirt versus the average turf, I'm probably going to take the turf just because it's more consistent. But when you get to pitch on a really good dirt mound, it feels a lot better. So if I get that kind of opportunity, like when I play in the summer, sometimes we'll get to go down to like the minor league complexes to play tournaments down there. And when I get to pitch on those fields, it's a lot better.
So, talking about pitching, has there been like any change going from playing, the Kentucky schools to playing the schools you're going up against now, or is it basically still kind of the same concept?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to have a plan and you got to stick with it. I mean, I've had some pretty good guys step in the box against me, but as long as I can stick to my plan, I should be good. Which I don't want to give away too much of my secrets, but I like to, establish the inner half and then kind of pitch off of that because I got a two seam that runs in on guys' hands. So when I run that in there about 94, 95, then they have some trouble handling that.
Well,
You say 94, 95.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Well, if I ever get up to have to bat that, I'm just heading the bat to the ump and I'm going sitting down. I'm out. I wouldn't even be able to see that.
Well, I will guarantee the Cincinnati Reds would have trouble handling that. I would tell you absolutely.
Yeah, well, I guess these hitters are used to it because it seems like everybody's throwing that hard these days. Everywhere I look, there's somebody throwing hard. Our team, of course, we have a really good pitching staff.
Yeah.
I've been really blessed to pitch alongside these guys, but we got, three guys above 95 right now, including me, which I'm getting up to about 95, but I got two guys on my team that have ran it up to 99. So there's a lot of flamethrowers around here.
Listen, I'd have to just take my strikeouts and sit down. How you all see that baseball coming with that kind of speed behind it? I gotta give you props because I'm just sitting there covering it and can't even see it until I hear the bat ding with it. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, hey, it's the hardest thing to do in sports. I believe. I couldn't imagine trying to step in the box against me. I wouldn't want to do it.
Did I hear you right that you all went and competed against a team that had like 20 total overall commits?
Yep, 20 total. There was 16 of them that were D1, and since they're from Houston, a lot of them were Texas A&M. There was a Rice guy on the team, and a bunch of other I think there was a Mississippi State guy on the team. I could be wrong about that, but a lot of SEC and a lot of Power Four schools. So
So, so I got to ask you how. And you said you pitched against them, correct?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how did that make you feel, knowing that you're pitching against that caliber of competition?
It felt good because I went out there and I pitched a good game. I went 5 innings. I gave up a few runs. I gave up 3 runs total, but really only one or two of them was what I could control. We had a bunch of errors, believe it or not, man. I got a little unlucky back in the field behind me, but it felt good to go up there and compete against good guys. Because I mean, I have confidence in my stuff, but there's something to be said about when it gets happening and gets going that I have success. So I was really grateful to have that opportunity.
Well, listen, I got to give you props there. If I go up against a team that's got 3 commits, I'm gonna be over there probably panicking, sweating. So going up against 20 I got to give you mad props for that.
No, you can't give them too much credit. You can't give them too much credit. Them hitters, they're having trouble back there. There's a lot of good pitching out there now, so you can't give them too much credit.
So I got to ask you, being on the mound, and I've been to Florida several times, and I know I get a little bit of crazy weather. So have you been in the middle of a game and it come like a good downpour and y'all keep playing, or do you all call it for a minute? How's it work down there with the weather?
Well, we've been lucky this year. We haven't had much weather, but there was a time about 2 years ago that when I committed actually to go play at I originally committed to Duke, but the coaching staff went to Virginia. I know that's a bad one being from Kentucky, so you don't have to worry about that. I know what I did was wrong. So, but that game, I went out there and pitched, and I threw 2 innings, and then it just came a flood, and we had to call the game off right there.
So I heard you say that your season starts earlier up there. So when does your season normally start?
So we had our first scrimmage February 3rd. So it's pretty early.
And does district, region, state, does all that basically work the same as Kentucky, or is it different?
It's different. It's a lot more spaced out. Like I remember, last year the way it would work was you'd have the region tournament and it'd be like back-to-back days. Like you'd almost have three or 4 days to play those games. But here the way it works is you play your district semifinals and championships like you do in Kentucky, and those are one game. And then the regions are actually like the region games are a series of 3. So we'll play the first round on a Friday night, first game. Second game will be on Saturday. And if the series is tied, we'll do a doubleheader on Saturday. And so each 3 rounds are spaced out pretty well. So the postseason actually takes some pretty good time.
So, I mean, for one, I still got to give you props for the competition level that you're playing. And what did you do on the off season to get yourself ready for the beginning of this season?
I appreciate that. I think it's just, trusting in my coaches. We have a really good coaching staff. We have a guy, his name's Coach Emmanuel, who he actually coached for the Angels all the way up until AAA. And so we have some pretty good coaching on our team. And so I think it's just trusting their plan for me and, taking every day serious, because if I get in there and, I know it's cliche or whatever, people say it all the time, that 1% better every day, but, that's what you got to do. You got to just go out there and do what you can every day to get better, and those days will stack up.
So, final question I got for you before I get you back over to Mark. For all the younger student athletes that are watching this show or going to be watching this show, what's something that you would tell them if they wanted to follow in the same footsteps and play at the next level like you are?
I think it's just to remember to have fun and to work hard. When I was little, I wasn't too good, so I didn't have all that pressure of being a big leaguer in 9U. So I think they need to just go out there and have fun and enjoy those days, because if they, stick on the path, to try to go play in college or play professionally, then they're going to have some stressful days ahead of them. So they need to enjoy where they're at right now.
Absolutely. But Mark,
I'm Griffin. Again, want to thank you for coming on. And I'm sure you got a lot on your agenda, and I'm sure you've got better things to do on the Easter Sunday instead of hanging out with us. But I do thank you for giving us your time. We're going to ask a favor from you though before we let you go, if that's okay.
Yes, sir.
Um,
What is it?
on our shows, I know we're based around the 13th region. I know that you might not be as familiar with our shows, but we have been doing. We did our field of 64, but we got rid of
Okay.
all the college basketball teams. We did our favorite restaurant one. Texas Roadhouse won our first year, and then we went favorite sports movies. And remember, the Titans won it. Now we're going favorite foods, and you might
Favorite foods.
and we're going to show you some matchups and just tell us which one you like better than the other so we can put you as a vote on there. But you might get some crazy matchups. You might get crackers versus cheese or something like that. It's until what it might be. And then I think Edward's got something to show you. Then we'll let you go. And we know about the commitment. I want to congratulate you on that. But if you ever got any free tickets to give out, you know some guys you can hand them out to.
Yes, sir. I got you. I'll keep you guys in mind. If you ever need anything, you just got to let me know. All right. Oh, okay.
Hot
See,
dogs versus hash browns.
I gotta go hot dogs. I gotta go hot dogs, man. I love a good ballpark hot dog. I mean, I just can't let that go.
I agree with you. I think hash browns is in trouble.
Yeah. Gotta
We
go
got
tacos. Gotta go
oh
tacos.
yeah, toes is gonna get they're gonna get a running clock put on them tonight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're gonna have a long night.
Yeah, pizza versus steak.
This is a good one. This is gonna be a good matchup. But I gotta
Yeah,
go steak. I gotta go steak.
and then lasagna versus sloppy joes.
You know, I'm gonna take the underdog here. I'm gonna go lasagna.
Everybody got to root for a Cinderella every now and
Yeah, yeah. You gotta mix that in there, or your
then.
bracket's gonna bust. You know.
But Edward,
so we do tend to put together a couple graphics for each student athlete, and I'll get these sent over, and they will be posted on our social media sites. But now I'm going to ask you for one huge favor. Out of the two that we make, kind of tell me which one of the two you like the most.
All right. All right. I like that one. Let's see the second one. Oh, I got to go with the second one. That one's awesome, man. You guys put some good work into that.
Mark, where's your lightning
Well,
strike? Whatever.
now see, now Mark's head's going to be so swelled up, he ain't going to be able to fit out his door for a week now.
Oh, I didn't know I was getting into a rivalry right there. I didn't know how serious
oh
that was.
Oh, it's always serious between me and him. Every rivalry we got going on.
Oh, I'm sure. I believe it.
but Ryan or Edward, you got any final
But
things?
I do want to thank you for taking your time to come on. And from everything that I looked up from the past and everything I've seen right now, you're killing it. Your team's killing it. You know, and I just want to wish you the best of luck the remaining part of your season.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys getting me on. I really enjoyed it.
I'm gonna basically say the same thing. Just best of luck to in the postseason, and let's go win a championship.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a goal. Let's see if we can do it.
Griffin, piggyback at what they said. Just good luck in your future. Good luck to you and your team. And again, whenever you're playing that next level and we're watching on ESPN, got some tickets. You can send them our way. We'll go up there cheering you on.
Yes, sir. I got you.
But thank you for coming on. You're a great interview, and maybe we can get you back on for the end of before you go on your next level deal there. And I'd like to get you back on sometime.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd be down for that. So just keep me posted.
Okay, I will. But thank you for coming on, and good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's a good interview. That's a good interview. And you know, he did. You know, he had the deal between Duke and Virginia and Louisville, and then he like I am a Kentuckian here, and good choice, Griffin. Yeah, I knew I liked him. No, he's a good guy. And, man, that was crazy. Some of the competition he talked about, but talking about competition, and I guess we're fixing to bring them on, and this I can't wait to get them on. And again, we started covering them a little bit last year, and it's just a team that uh, you know how can I word this? When you know that train's coming, and you know it's coming, and with this group, it's coming, folks. It just, I'm telling you, they're young, they're energetic, well coached. It's just, it's coming, folks. But let's just go ahead and bring them on. And thank you all for coming on. But just again, well, thank you for your time. And I'm gonna do something different. Normally, I start out with the questions, but I'm not going to let out the secret. But we got helped with a few questions. So what we're going to do, I will let Ryan start out with his questions, and then Edward, and then I'm gonna finish bringing them. Then I'll probably bring on my questions afterwards.
Uh, my, I'm gonna ask you a couple of them. I'm not gonna ask you all five that I've got. uh, I'll try not to hack and cough at the same time. My
But before Ryan starts, I forgot to do this. It's hopefully I pronounce it right. Britta Hicks, McKinley Brown, and Avery Brewer. Right? Did I pronounce them all right?
Sir,
I
yes.
knew I did that right.
but my first question is, uh, what's y'all's best piece of advice given from a coach?
You want to go first?
And you could each answer it, on your own little answers.
Okay, well then I'll go ahead and start. I think the best piece of advice I've been given from a coach is that big players will make big plays in big moments.
I like that.
I think mine is just stay out of your head because I feel like a lot of players do stay in their head, and including me. And it just kind of helps me to know that like I'm not the only one. So yeah, that's right.
I would probably say the same as McKinley. Just play free and have fun while doing it, and just enjoy your time while you're playing.
What is your pre-game routine to get like in the right mindset?
For me, I like to have my AirPods in and just like cancel out everything. To like I said before, just to stay out of my head and just make sure that I'm focused into the game.
I like to pray before every game to get everything off my chest, so I can just play to my best potential.
I usually just keep my headphones on. I play a playlist that I have with all my kinds of music, and I just try to stretch on my own just to make sure I'm ready to go.
And um, what has your favorite memory about this team so far?
I think my favorite memory so far is probably when we were in the cabin during our spring break and we all went golfing and our coaches tried to say that they won, but one of our other girls won instead of them, and we had to prove it to them.
So who actually won?
It was it Kinsey Rice's team?
Kinsey
I
Ross.
think so.
Yeah.
So is the coaches going to tell me a different story that they won?
They'll try and say so.
Okay. So we'll have Ryan to investigate that. We'll find a true winner there. Ryan, you're going to have to look in on that there.
I'll try my best too. But Edward,
Can you?
So
I
I
think
got that. Oh, go ahead.
Just
I think my favorite memory of all of us is there was one time after a game and we was all struggling really hard, and then we just sat there and just let every one of us speak and just like say how we felt. I feel like that all just brought us all together more as like a family.
Yeah. My favorite memory is probably when we all got our first win together as a team, and we could just feel the bond that we all made that first game, and it was really strong.
So, who on the team motivates or pushes you the most?
Can you answer? I think I feel like the whole team pushes each other, but question. Probably Avery. Avery will sit there. She'll be straight up forward with me and tell me to need to keep going, push myself. So yeah.
Mine's probably, like I said, the whole team, but mainly Brenna and McKinley. I mean, they're always gonna tell me what I'm doing wrong and right, and they're not gonna lie to me, and they're always honest. So that just really helps me.
I feel like our senior Taylor, she pushes all of us. She tries to make sure that we're all doing the best we can and making sure we're putting full effort in.
Mm-hmm.
So, I got to ask you, what was the transition like going from playing middle school softball to now being at the varsity high school level softball?
I think it definitely showed.
So, Roger said the coaches won putt through a disqualification.
So we wasn't told about the disqualification.
Oh,
So
there was no
so
disqualification. He didn't make the rule before we played.
so what was the, even if it was a made up rule, what was the so called disqualification?
So the girls forgot to label hole 19, which is the one where you are supposed to put your ball in the hole where it goes back to the people. And so the girls didn't label that one down, so Coach Pruitt called it disqualification for them.
Seems legit, coach. It seems legit. It seems legit.
No.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah. I'll just plead the
Right
fifth.
here, right here. See, the coach agrees with my call.
So, what would you can? So, how would you feel the transition's been?
I think it's more of a. It feels more serious. Like it felt serious before. It just feels like that the girls are really like trying to put in their time and their effort to show that that's where they want to play and that's what they want to do for their future, and it starts to become more real.
I mean, I knew it was going to be different going from facing girls who are 12 and 13 to facing girls who are almost 5 years older than me. So I knew it was going to be difficult to transition from a different speed of the game. And I knew it was going to become a lot more serious with how the players were going to act and how much work they were going to put in for this game.
I felt like middle school. I mean, we had fun playing, but then I got into high school and it was really like everybody was really serious about it, and it's all they put the game before fun, and I always put fun before the game. So I mean, it was kind of different.
Well, I got to witnessing play firsthand. Because I got to see you when you came up to Log Mountain and played Bell County, and I will have to say, you're a fun bunch to watch, and the energy that I got to hear and see, it's amazing the way y'all kept the energy going the entire game. So speaking of energy, how do you all keep your energy so high throughout the game?
I think it's a lot of help with our teammates.
Yeah.
They make it very fun to play, and even our coaches as well. So it's kind of hard to feel down on yourself when you're around such like happy people and like open minded. Like they're very nice, and I feel like that's what keeps me pushing and like have all the energy that I do have, and just makes me want to play better.
Yeah, same for me. My teammates, I mean, they help out. And also all the coaches like win or lose, like the bigger picture ahead, like focus on your future, like, a win or a loss. Like my teammates just help with that to make it better.
I keep my energy up by just like trying to think ahead of like knowing what's gonna happen. Like say a play is gonna happen. I have to keep my mind on that instead of other things that are going on. Like if we're losing, I have to keep my head up and focus on what my girls are doing and have to tell them that this is what we're doing, this is what might happen, and this is how we're gonna take control of it.
But Mark,
I just again I can't harp upon. I'm not here to embarrass you, but the maturity level of all three of you, and especially I know how I was at you this age, and just how you've been able to. Just the maturity level is overwhelming to me, and just talk a little bit about and you just could all chime in one at a time. Just tell us a little bit about how your seasons went so far, and we're not as much worried about the wins and losses or anything like that. Just the improvement that you've seen from day one to where you're at now.
I mean, I know our team is working. Our team works every day. We practiced 5 days a week before our season started. So even if our win and loss record doesn't look the greatest right now, I know our team is pushing. And so I know we can come back and we're definitely going to be a better team at the end.
Absolutely.
I think, of course, we've already had some ups and downs, but we feel more closer to each other now than we did at the beginning, and that we're starting to feel more comfortable with each other. And I think when we're starting to get near like time to like where we're going now, um, just we're gonna be a lot closer together and just show everybody that we are good and that just from past times to now, that doesn't like it doesn't matter. We got it and we're gonna be good.
Coming into it, it was pretty rough. I mean, there was a lot of girls coming from different places. I mean, it was all new to us. I mean, we was a new team. There was a lot of us coming from different places, and just like the more we get into the season, we're all coming together and getting closer with each other, and that just makes us play better because we're getting to know each other more.
Okay, Jimmy says, "Love you, Ray Ray Avery." Oh, I'm not going to ask you about the Ray Ray. I'm sure that's well, that's but we know what your ultimate team goal is. It's any team. You practice from day one to the last day of practice. Your ultimate goal is to bring home the hardware, and you just have more than enough talent to do that. So, what is it going to take for you to reach that ultimate goal?
Just push to our fullest potential as a team, and just think about the team and be a team together and grow together.
We have to fix the minor mistakes that we have. Everyone's going to make a mistake, but there are things we can do to fix them. So we just have to focus on doing that.
Yeah, I think we're building our confidence and showing that it's not just a competition, that we're there together and just like show that we're stronger as a team than just one by one trying to battle against one another. Like yes, it is like a competition. We want to have our spots, but at the same time, we're playing here together.
Mhm.
Well, I gotta be Ryan Edward. You gotta agree with me. I like the jerseys there. You cannot tell me they ain't slick right there. Uh, you've actually got me wanting to go buy one right now. They were absolutely slick. You didn't like them, Ryan Edward. Are
the
you digging
city,
them as much as I am?
I
Yeah,
am.
That's pretty cool. I like them. But you got they're definitely looking slick. And what Ryan do? He's gonna show us something here.
It reminds me of Cincinnati's jerseys.
Yeah, it does to a point. It does to a point. But yeah, they were slick. Okay. And here's Coach Daniels hopping in here. He says, I'm pretty sure one of them is a catcher, and she has a very bright future. Good luck, girls, and the rest of the year. That comes from Coach Daniels from Pineville, which is the best of luck. And he's a good guy, too. Love you, Coach, and thank you for the kind words. And yeah, one of them is a catcher that I know of, but every one of you are, you are very gifted athletes, and it has been a joy to cover. But that being said, I talked about your maturity. Okay, so I'm gonna have to hit you with some hard hitting questions. So I think that you are up to it. Okay,
Well,
now.
before you do that, let me ask this one. That way we can get them
Okay,
worked in. Where we can get
gotta
them
get them
worked
worked
into the
in.
hard hitting questions.
Get their game faces on.
So on your team, who is the most competitive teammate that you have?
They're gonna say all of them.
I'd probably say Brenna.
I'd probably say Riley. She competes out there in the outfield. She tries to keep her spot as much as she can.
I'd say Brenda. I feel like you try very, very hard, like it works, and like whenever you're throwing balls down and stuff, you're very like like you prove that you're very athletic and you do try very hard.
Okay. Ryan or Everett, you got another warm up question before they get hammered with the hard hit ones?
Not that I can think of any.
Hey, I
Well,
would tell you.
I gave them the warm up question, so now I
Oh,
think they're ready.
okay. Now I know you spoke of a senior teammate, so if I'm guessing, I'm thinking maybe one other them probably has a driver's license. So so what's going to happen here is we can't include coaches or parents or anything like that. Just only young teammates. Because they're in a 15 passenger van. Because they're all together. The van tears up. What teammate's going to go out there and fix it?
Not McKinley.
Definitely Kinsey Rice. I was gonna say Kinsey Rice.
Well, why won't McKinley go out there and fix it?
McKinley can't defend for herself.
So she came and tightened a screw or anything.
No, I can.
McKinley, I think you would give it a try. Would you go out there? Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I can't work on nothing either. So who did you say would get out there and fix the vehicle?
Kinsey Rice.
Okay, would any of you go out there and help her and like
I,
hold the
I would
tools?
try my best. I would try.
I would try, but I'm not good with cars.
Well, I'm not either. I can barely drive them, but I can't work on them
I
either.
can't try.
Okay, so she fixed the van with a little help. Went out there and fixed the van. She got it running. So then, what happens? You're running out of gas, and you're pulling to a gas station. Who's going to pay for the gas?
Taylor.
I feel like Avery's.
Avery's paying for our gas.
Avery's going to pay for the gas. So I know who to ask for some gas money now. You want me to tell you something? Every time we go on a road trip, me and Ryan has to pay for all the gas. Everett don't pay a penny. And then about 5 miles later, he goes up the road, stops at McDonald's, and eat in front of us.
That's what I do.
That sounds like you, Kenny.
Yeah, but Avery's paying for my food.
See, Everett ain't saying that because he knows it's true. Ryan, but don't we put out the bulk of the gas?
Well-
he's going to tell you that he drives his vehicle.
Yeah.
Well, see, Ryan does have a point, but I also cooked on a grill for you today, so I don't want to hear about stopping at McDonald's.
Well, so okay, I gotta ask you this. I think a lot of younger people probably I almost know the answer to this, but does anyone of you like salmon?
I've never had it.
I've never had it. I don't think.
Well, now Edward probably picks me some of the best salmon that I ever was off the grill. Yeah, it's really good. I love salmon, but and what he says, if we're ever all together on a cookout or something like that, you need to tell Edward to cook you a salmon. At least think a bite of it.
Hey, get this. He didn't even invite me over.
Well, I would be mad about that, Ryan. I'd be personally mad about that. I'd,
Well, Ryan, I did tell Mark to call you, but he said he wanted the food for himself.
Oh, we do have a question here from Leanne here. It says, I asked him about fish tacos.
My dad does make some pretty good fish tacos.
Yeah, Coach Brown really makes some good tacos.
There was some made today.
So we need to get a coach to make us some tacos, right?
Definitely.
So what all does he put on them? He just fish and like the shell stuff, or does he put other stuff on it?
I don't know what's on them. I just eat them.
I think there's some type of sauce that he puts, and then he makes some. There's like it's like what would you call it?
Mango salsa.
Yeah, mango
Yeah,
salsa.
mango salsa.
Hey, he's yeah, that's what was just said right here. Margie said mango salsa.
That sounds good.
That sounds good. Well, we just need to have a cookout and let Edward and Coach and all them do all the cooking. We'll do all the eating, right?
That sounds good.
That sounds about right. That sounds
Yeah,
what happens.
Absolutely.
I'd probably hand them a napkin if they're sweating or something like that. I'd give them a hand.
Well,
Yeah.
Coach can fix the fish tacos, and I'll do salmon and the bacon chicken wrapped on a stick.
Yes. And I'll just eat my hopes and dreams away. I can tell you that. And Margie says it's delicious. Margie, I believe you.
It's very good.
Okay, of course you get some food we'll talk about for an hour and a half. We're all about food here. But okay, you got the van fixed, you got the van filled up gas, but now you're getting a little tired. This is the last question of it. You just decide to go to a teammate's house and you just want to do like Netflix and chill. But you can't do DoorDash or a pizza order. Somebody has to actually get up and cook. Who's gonna cook dinner that night?
I mean, I can cook a little bit, but it might be a little burnt.
Probably Taylor.
Yeah, I feel like Taylor can be a pretty good cook.
Yeah, I like Taylor.
But can Betty cook?
No.
No,
Okay.
Max would burn down the house.
So Taylor's gonna do the cooking, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think she's gonna fix?
Pizza
Well,
rolls.
you know who we should have picked? Kinsey Rice waffles.
He would have made us waffles.
Yeah, Kinsey Rice would have made us some waffles. So
Kinsey Rice.
I might have to pick Kinsey Rice instead.
Me too.
Well, at least it ain't starving. You know, it's
She made us all waffles at the cabin.
so did she do it like on a waffle maker, or did she do it like
She just threw some Eggo waffles in the toaster and called it a day.
well, that's not exactly cooking, but Spencer, I think, answered the question for us. Them girls could burn cereal.
So mean.
He better not be saying much. I talk good about his fish tacos.
I did too.
So you ain't the type that put a box of cereal on the stove, are you?
No.
Well, you know, my oldest kid. I said he probably couldn't even boil water, but I'm just saying that. Yeah, he would have trouble even boiling water. Alex would, but
Well, I
that's
don't
the
think he would boil the water. I think he'd burn the water.
yeah. But okay, but um, okay, he's went through the hard hitting questions with me. So I know you would. If I got to add a little extra to that, what would you watch? What would you watch as a team together?
Not scary movies. Not scary movies because we know kids eating them doesn't like. Yeah. Uh. Stranger Things. What do you think?
No, probably Outer Banks. Outer Banks. Or the Rookie.
Yeah, probably the rookie.
The Rookie.
The what?
The Rookie.
Okay, yeah, that's a good movie. Now Spencer said the reason I feed you and you don't feed me. Hmm. Good points. And then and Steve says every brewer capable of water. Hmm.
That might be true. And he can't either. That's why my mom's the cook in the house.
Oh, that could be shots fired there. When the moms are brought in, I know when to hush there. Mom, that ain't on me. That's on you. But
Well, my mom always made sure that the food was done, like extra done.
yeah, me and Edward was talking about that today. My mom thought everything was good and done. So you'd have like a piece of sausage like this. And by the time she got done with it, it was like that. It looked like a piece of coal. And she'd say, "Ah, it's good and done." So everything was good and done to her. But that being said, unless Ryan and Edward has any more questions, we could do it for other stuff that we normally do.
I do not. Unless Edward does.
Final question I got for you before we do our other stuff. When it comes to softball, what would you consider your favorite aspect about it?
Probably the friendships that are made while playing. Probably.
I feel like my favorite aspect is the competitiveness that happens in the sport and how fast the game goes while you're playing it.
I agree with Avery. I think the teammates. I've got a lot of teammates this year from just softball.
Oh, we're getting some more love about this. So, Eddie says you all definitely need to try those fish tacos. Spence fixed them for us today. First time I had tried them, and they are delicious.
I guess the next
Eddie,
time the next time I'm in Williamsburg, I guess he needs to bring me some.
we're going to go over there and pay Spencer a visit. We'll just like all three of us show up at his doorstep. Well, we haven't ate 3 days. We're starting to dance. Maybe not work. He'll feel sorry for us and cook us up.
Well, it sounds like me and Spencer just needs to throw a grill out and just start cooking.
Well, I bet they agree, right? They just need to start cooking for us all the time, right?
Yeah.
See, they agree. I knew they was mature amongst their years. Between your chicken on the stick and his fish tacos, I mean, we set up. I'll do some serious eating. But
Well,
talking about,
before you get into the thing, I got one more question that I forgot. Uh, I know we have a lot of tough fields now. Do y'all like playing on the tough fields or the good old fashioned dirt?
Different. There's different aspects. So on. I like diving on turf, but only because I feel like I can dive a lot farther than in dirt. But I like diving in dirt because I feel like it's just easier for me to dive. And then I like how fast you have to be for the turf. So that's kind of a hard. I guess it just depends today. Depends how I'm feeling that day. Depends on which one.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about it. For pitching, I'll have to go with dirt just because, like, gripping onto the mound on turf is so bad. Like, you don't got the good grip. But probably slotting on turf is way better. So I'm in the middle about it.
Dirt is definitely my go-to. It's easier for me to just dig my cleats in to get in my catching position and easier for me to pop up than throw down.
Well, Robert Daniels, I have to agree with you 100% because that's the only time Mark ever shows up is when he knows I'm cooking. But Robert said that Mark is always about showing up if there's food.
Well, that's how I can show my love is by eating all the good food that Jens cook for me. Am I
Uh,
right? Ain't that way of showing love to somebody? They fix it, you eat it, and then you thank them for it afterwards.
and then
And
you
then you
leave,
and then you say, "I love you so much, I'll let you clean the mess up too."
and then you leave.
Robert says, "Edward, that's why you will always be my favorite." Ah, ha, ha.
Yeah, see,
But talking about food, before we let you go, and we've been on the food for 30 minutes now, I believe. But yeah, that just shows you how much we know about the game. I mean, we had to bring Jens on to educate us about the sport, and we learned from Jens, and we are very thankful about that too. And cannot give Jens enough thanks about you know. There's a whole lot more to the game of softball or fast pitch or whichever one you actually want to call it. There's a whole lot more to it than just batting and fielding. There's more to that game than that, and I'm thankful that we have young females like you that can educate us about that. But that being said, we're going to ask a favor from you before we let you go. Don't know if you did this with us last year, but we did our whole field of 64. We told all the college basketball teams to get away from us. So we did our favorite restaurants, and Texas Roadhouse won our first national championship. Then we did our favorite sports movies, and it was Remember the Titans that won it. Not the Rookie. Maybe did we have Rookie on there?
Yes, we did. I can't remember when it went out, but it did. It was on our list.
Yeah, Remember the Titans wound up winning. But then now we started our favorite foods. So we're going to ask you to vote on a few of our foods. And you might get some crazy matchups. You might get cheese versus crackers or something like that. They'll tell us what you might get, but we'll show you the matchups and we'll ask you to vote on them. And then I think Everett's made a few things for you, and but anything of ours that we do for you is all free and shareable for your family or friends or whatever. We're glad to put that out there for you because you deserve that.
Trying to get it to pull up. There it is.
Hot dogs versus hash browns, and you can all give you individual votes on it.
Hash browns.
Hash browns.
Yeah, hash browns.
Wow, three hash browns. Hash browns over hot dogs, for real? You gotta explain that to me. I mean, there's only one way to eat a hash brown.
I mean, hot dogs are just too original. I feel like
Hash browns just can go good with anything, especially ones from McDonald's.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think I just pick a lot more foods over hot dogs and hash browns. I
What?
definitely eat
What?
more often than a hot dogs.
Well, before we do another vote,
we got
ever
they're on every week now. They said I heard McDonald's hash browns. That's
you,
it. That's it. It's done.
you, you got me and Ryan fired over saying hash browns. You got us fired.
Get out of here. They're taking y'all's place every show now. Go on.
Especially when you say McDonald's hash browns. When they were buying the sausage biscuit at McDonald's, he puts like four hash browns on them.
One.
I think Harvey, that comes with hash
I
browns.
I agree. I agree. Little ketchup on hash browns are good,
I
but
agree. I like
but
Harvey's hash browns.
but you see, Coach here, he said, wow, you
So you
know,
got hash browns,
he,
shredded hash browns,
he
hash
might be a hot
browns.
dog man. He might be a hot dog man here.
I think he is. I think he is.
Yeah. Hot dogs you can do with chili, with relish, mustard, onions, ketchup. There's only one way to eat hash brown. Maybe a little ketchup.
No,
You can
no,
throw all that on hash browns too.
yeah, you can put
I would
all of
not
the
want to
veggies
eat
on
a
it.
hash brown with relish on it.
I don't like relish anyway.
Relish isn't very good.
Yeah, I don't like relish.
See, Coach is a hot dog guy. I can tell you that right now.
It's called all the way hash browns. Just put everything on it.
Tacos versus toast.
Tacos.
Toast.
I figured they was all gonna say tacos. They're thinking about Spencer's fish tacos now. Yeah, that's gonna be a clean sweep right there. I think toast is in trouble anyway. How in the world can tacos and toast have a matchup? That's like Division One against like I don't know, little league team or something. That's an unfair match.
It's good. You have to agree with toast. It's good with jelly. It's good with butter.
But when you're eating tacos, you get all the different flavors.
Yeah,
So,
you
I
can get
mean-
that with toast too.
Yeah, I mean, you could put bacon on toast, sausage on
Hey,
toast. I mean,
avocado.
You can also put bacon on tacos.
well, I mean, you got a point.
Well, maybe they could educate us about food. We thought we knew everything about food. No.
And that brings up a new recipe, a bacon wrapped taco. I wonder how that's going to be.
Make it
Sounds like that.
Oh, right here at Coach Daniels. Toast with eggs and bacon, I agree.
Uh-oh.
Or a breakfast taco.
All right, enough with the tacos. Toast is good.
Pizza versus steak.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Why did I feel like steak was going to have a hard time with this here?
Steak and ketchup beats anything.
Steak and, did I just hear steak and ketchup?
Yes, it is so good.
No.
Well, I've never done steak and
Let's
ketchup,
take,
but now
let's take a break.
now I'm going to have to try.
Steak and ketchup.
I like the A1 with mine.
No, ketchup.
Give me some A1.
Avery.
Steak and ketchup. That's new. I'm going to have to try it now.
I think ketchup's good with anything.
What, so you
I
put
bet
ketchup on your tacos?
I mean, I also eat ketchup and cornbread, so.
I'm not big on cornbread either.
Well, I like milk and cornbread. I don't know if I'd like ketchup and cornbread.
Hey, listen. This might tell you how old I am, but, I used to eat toast and ketchup.
That's the same thing, I feel like.
Pretty close.
Well, we're getting all kinds of new recipes tonight. Lasagna versus sloppy joes.
Lasagna.
Neither. I don't like either of them.
Lasagna.
Actually, lasagna.
Uh-oh. Coach Daniels comes in here defending the steak and ketchup is good. That girl is country. I love it. Cornbread and ketchup is good too. Coach Daniels comes in there to defend. Said, "You're gonna like ketchup on everything." That's yeah. But I like ketchup on my eggs. I do like it.
I used to eat that all the time.
Scrambled eggs and ketchup on top. Good.
That's just ordinary. Try ketchup on something else, Mark.
Like steak.
Yeah.
Well, now you got me actually wanting ketchup on my steak, which I like. I like the hamburger steaks. I know for a fact I eat that with ketchup. But thank you for voting on that. We've got all kinds of different recipes now. Honestly, you just have Edward about 17 different cooking ideas now. He's gonna be sending us pictures every day on all this new stuff that he's gonna be whipping together. So never knows I'm right. That's the reason why he's smiling, not saying anything. But
Well, I mean, you ain't wrong. I'm always that guy that likes trying new recipes. So
But that being said, I think Edward's got a few things that he made up for you, and he'll go through the routine or what the word for that the lowdown on that. Does that sound good? The
Sure,
lowdown.
we'll go with that.
Okay.
I don't even know what you're looking for, but we'll go with that.
I don't know, but that just sounded good.
I guess. Well, we'll leave it at that. But we do tend to put together a couple graphics for each student athlete that comes on our show, and this is our way of saying thank you for taking your time for coming on. And I will get these sent over that way that they'll be yours, and they will be posted on each one of our social media sites. But I do got to ask you for one huge favor. Out of the two graphics I show you, tell me which one that you like the most. And the way I'm going to do is I'm going to show each one of you your first one, then I'm going to show each one of you your second one, and then just tell us which one you like the most out of that.
Okay.
So out of the two, which one did y'all like the most?
I loved both of them, but I I don't know. It's kind of hard, but probably the first one.
I think I've got to go with the second one.
I like the first one just because there's different pictures.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it.
You got
Well,
one that
Mark,
went
I
with
can
the
vote.
lightning.
it's 2-2 today, but see now you all just expanded Mark's head so big that he's not going to be able to fit out of his door for the next 2 weeks.
One went with the second one. She liked the lightning. Oh.
I don't know what that was, but that wasn't lightning, Mark.
Oh. Do you think that's lightning, or does it look something like lightning?
Not really.
Well, they're not going to even fib to me. They're just going to be all no, not really. So I need to practice on my lightning flashes somehow, or oh.
What we call that is too much coffee.
There can never be too much coffee.
It depends. He only drinks about 5 pots a day, so I think
I'm
that's a little
surprised, Mark.
excessive.
Mark, I'm surprised
Never
you didn't
enough
ask.
coffee.
I'm
well,
surprised you
it
didn't
might
ask.
get to a point.
I'm surprised
If
you did not ask about the iced coffee or the black.
well, I was going to get to that, but Ryan, I'll let you lead up to it.
Do y'all
Hot or
like black,
cold?
hot coffee or cold coffee?
Cold.
Hot.
I think it just depends on
Hot,
how.
hot. I heard a hot again. There's only one way to drink coffee, folks, and that's hot.
I
If
don't
it's
like coffee.
cold, it's like a flavored whatever.
I don't like coffee at all.
Okay, yeah, I kind of have to agree. If it's cold and there's ice in it, then it does get watered down. So
Yeah.
Okay, but if you
But-
get light ice, then you have nothing to worry about.
it's still get watered down.
Well, now I take that back. Now it's going to be about 4 weeks before he can make it out of his door. Now, since somebody agreed with his coffee.
See,
Most people don't.
if we keep bringing them on the show, before every game, they're all gonna be sitting there drinking coffee for the game. I don't know if the coaches will allow that. I mean, we might start something that gets us all in trouble there. Your turn to bat. Let me finish drinking this coffee. I'll be over there in a minute. That's probably smooth. But it could also give energy too. It's never enough coffee till you start shaking, and then you've had enough coffee.
Yeah.
But gotta ask you before we do our final stuff here. Uh-oh. See, and you've already been okay. So now you're good to go. You're good to go. You're good to go. Coach just said it's a must. So yeah, drink about
Well, I hope Coach knows we need a coffee before our game tomorrow.
Oh yeah, definitely. He better have some coffee ready.
Well, he could have like the coffee pot sitting in the dugout deal, and instead of instead of filling up the Gatorade balls, you could be filled up like the hot thermos cups and stuff. And yeah,
So what if you take a hot coffee and put ice in it? Would it still be the same thing?
No.
No.
no,
Hmm.
no,
I
but
was
it
gonna
would be
try to come
hot.
up with something new,
It would be hot coffee. It'd be watered down coffee. What it'd be?
but it'd still be kind of hot though.
Still doesn't count.
Oh, see,
Uh-oh.
we
Uh-oh.
got.
I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that. If I don't have coffee tomorrow before our game,
I'm not playing.
Williamsburg would have the coolest dugout in the world if they had like the coffee pot, the little creamer set up, a little sugar set up, the little
Oh,
stir
yeah.
straws, and little flavored creamers and stuff all set up.
We'll set
That
up the
would be the.
fundraising for it. We'll get something.
But now, if they start doing all that, I'm gonna have to get permission to go sit in the dugout and start some of their chants that they do.
Oh,
Sammy Brew on Coach
No.
Brew.
They got one in London.
I mean, we are playing at South Laurel.
Yeah. And Coach, I'm telling you something. You have that kind of coffee set up in your dugout, you're gonna have about 1,000 people. Can I be your assistant? Can I be your assistant? Everybody be wanting to be an assistant.
Mark.
And they'd have an excuse to come early for the game. I've been here 3 hours early before the game here. Yeah. Hey, they wouldn't even need, we can even change the title. Get rid of the movie Waterboy. We'll call it Coffee Boy.
He gave you the thumbs up, Mark.
Yeah, yeah. But before we start our final stuff, you got to tell me about yesterday. You had a little Easter deal there at Briar Creek Park. Tell us a little bit about that.
I did some face painting.
Same here.
And I thought that was pretty fun.
I helped with the face painting, and I helped some of the kids do a few crafts with painting eggs and coloring some coloring sheets. But I mostly stayed at the face painting.
Well, unfortunately, I had to miss it. I was in Disney, enjoying my time at Magic Kingdom, so I had to miss. But I wish I would have been there.
But true story, folks. To reviewers, and then I'll hush up. I promise. But I was watching the Williamsburg baseball game, and they, two of them was sitting pretty close to me, and I was conflict. I was like, should I holler at them? Should I say something? I don't want to embarrass them. I know how young, boys and girls are. I don't want to embarrass them. I don't want to say something to them. They're like, you just embarrassed me, and then walk off. I was like, but then finally, Spencer walked over there. I'm like, now I can talk to him. I didn't want to, but a good group of athletes, a good group that he has there, and it's been a pleasure. But that being said, any final stuff, Ryan or Edward, before we let them go? We've kept them on here for about an hour and a half. I'm sure that they're probably ready to go.
My final thing to you is I know y'all play at Corbin on Tuesday by y'all schedule. If I don't have anything going on, I'll leave 15 minutes from Corbin, so I might make the trip down to Corbin or whatever. But I was gonna say, I was gonna say best of luck to you and your team the rest of the year, and just go get it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So everything that I've got to see firsthand, and from everything that I've got to look up, you're killing it. Your team's on the right track. Looking forward to seeing what you all can do the remaining part of your season. I just want to wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The perfect background noise we need right now, just like how I opened it up, the train, and everyone knows what I'm talking about. We need that. We probably could use that background, but the train's definitely coming. There we go. It's coming. And whenever it gets there, it's going to come across the tracks, and it's going to be, it's coming. That's all I want to say. You got a young foundation. You got a good group of student athletes on your team. You got some really good coaches that love you. Coach Pruitt, Coach Brown, all the other coaches there. You got a really good group of support staff. Of course, Williamsburg's going to cover you through rain or shine, and just a really good support staff. And you're going to have a really, really good foundation by the time you go to the next level. And you're going to be a big reason why you lay that foundation. But that being said, I want to wish all of you individually the best of luck. I want to wish your team the best of luck. We love you all down there, and can't wait to get to be able to cover you as quickly as possible. And thank you for coming in here and having some laughs with us. And you,
Thank you for having us.
and maybe we could get a few more of your teammates on. So you need to go talk to the teammates and say, "Hey, come on the show. We'd love to eventually get you all on here, three at a time, four at a time, whatever it takes. But again, good luck in the future. Good luck individually.
Thank you.
Uh, Great interview. That's it. The train is coming, folks. And but I'm just saying that, and Ryan, there there's so much young talent. Like 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 every one of these ladies that we talked to, today, young. Like last week we talked to a seventh grader from Jackson County. We talked to an eighth grader from what was the school?
Metcalf.
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 Yeah, and I'm just saying, there's so much good talent here, and but you cannot watch that group of student athletes there and not like what you see on the field. And Spencer said, proud of this team on and off the field. The day will come when these girls will be the top five in the region. We will get you a jersey, Mark. Thank you all for always pushing these girls, Mark Ever, to ride best in the business. Thank you for the kind words, Spencer, and thank you also, Roger, and thank you, Roger, for also agreeing with me on the coffee. And you can't ever say enough about coffee, but
Well, we
just
got to thank Roger and Spencer for the kind words and appreciate them for allowing us to showcase the talent that they have.
and we will gladly have any more of your girls on that want to come on, and we always have a good time with them, and there's we love all these teams, and if we could just help one reach their goals, then we did our job, and and that's what it's all about. Coach Pruitt, Coach Brown, I bet will absolutely agree with me. If we've even helped one, we did our job, and that's all that really matters. Help these young men and women get their dreams to go to the next level. Watch them on ESPN. Watch them on even the level after that, and hopefully we can help and do our part. But it's also fun too, especially when you have a group of young ones like that, and even Griffin, come in here laughing. These kids that go through enough in school and just everyday life. It's good to just come on and have a laugh every now and then, and they understand it. But of course, we had a long show. We sort of figured that today, and Ryan's already rushing us. Okay, Ryan, I get to you.
I didn't click it. That
Yeah,
was not
Way to
that, that
go,
was not
Ryan.
yeah,
that was not
Ryan's
me. That
rushing
was not
Ryan there.
that
Well,
was not me.
I'm gonna go with the way that it's rolling. I'm gonna say hash browns.
I gotta go hot dogs. I mean, come on now. Hash brown beat hot dog. Come on, that can't happen. Where's America?
I'm sorry, but I mean I like them both, but I can't beat a hash brown anywhere.
You see anybody eating hash browns at a baseball game?
I'm gonna go. If they had them there, yes, they probably would be. But I'm gonna go tacos.
Yeah, tacos. Come on. I mean, I like toast. I like some toasted butter, toasted jelly. Yeah, but yeah, come on, it's tacos.
I went with tacos as well.
This one's a tough one for me, so I'm picking both.
I'm going pizza.
I'm
Pizza's a
gonna
whole
have
lot
to
more.
go.
Pizza's a
I'm
whole
gonna
lot
have to
more easier
go.
to chew.
I'm gonna have to go steak. There's nothing better than a good old fashioned steak.
I'm going against Mark. I've got to go steak. You can't beat a good steak anywhere.
Some of us can
I'm
afford
going.
steak, and some of us can't. No,
I'm gonna go sloppy joes on this one.
lasagna.
I went with lasagna as well. I mean, you can't beat a big old pan of lasagna.
Okay, Ryan, if you can give us our tallies, and just a great show. I loved every minute of it.
With my drum roll, first one, steak beat pizza 7-4. Lasagna beat sloppy joes 6-3. Tacos beat toast 7-3. And hash browns beat hot dogs 6-4.
How in the world does hash browns beat hot dog?
Hash browns is just out of the park.
Yeah, you go to a baseball game. I'll take a hash brown. Yeah,
If
come
they
on.
sold them at a baseball game, you'd see more people with them.
I would.
I would too.
With that being said, it's been a good show, folks. And, good viewers. Thank you to our viewers. Thank you to our sponsors, Bright Family Medicine, Heather Martinez, Sean Rogers Realtors over there. Thank you for all that you do for us. Thank you to all of our photographers. Ryan, the floor is yours. The final thoughts. I think you're walking into spring break, and I'm walking off of spring break.
Oh, well, I didn't have a quote tonight, but I'll save that to last and everything. But this week, tomorrow, I am going to try to cover a new sport. I'm going to try to cover a track meet. I'm going to go up at Bell High. I'm going to try to cover it. We're going to see how it goes. I'm walking into it clueless, and I've already told the track coach at Bell High that I'm walking into this clueless. I have no idea what's going on. He said for me to come early. He would teach me some more stuff about it. And then on Tuesday, depending on what I got going on, I might go down to Corbin to cover Williamsburg softball at Corbin.
Well, I'll probably be at the track meet Tuesday also. This will be like my second or third one I've been at. They're fun, but there's a whole lot going on at one time.
That's what he told me.
I'm going to leave you with this. Empty your cup so that it may be filled. Become devoted to gain totally. Bruce Lee.
I can see Bruce Lee saying something about that. This is the cup of my knowledge. This is your cup of knowledge. Empty your knowledge. So then you can take my knowledge. Bruce Lee would say something like that. I know he would. Well, actually, I've heard him say that in the movie, but that being said, great show, Griffin, and of course our Williamsburg squad, and hope that we get some more of them on for the end of the season, and just real good show. Every one of these shows are good. We have a good time with them. And want to wish everybody a happy Easter, and just remember what Easter is about. He is risen, and a lot of stuff going around the world right now, and hopefully that cooler heads will prevail, and that war is not good, and governments argue, people argue. There's should always be a solution at the end. But that being said, from all of us at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media, good night and God bless.